My name is Christian from AVI Canada. My Indian name is Pragna, given by Champaklan, meaning wisdom. It's a wisdom to acquire, not a wisdom that I maybe have. So, humility. Among the 12 qualities or powers of the mother symbol, humility comes second in a first group of 8 qualities concerning, Sri Aurobindo tells us, the attitude towards the divine that we must develop. Humility, in the rosette of petals, is preceded by sincerity and followed by gratitude. The second group of 4 petals concerns the attitude we must cultivate towards humanity. The multicolored rosette of these petals should be seen as a fluid, dynamic whole, each color blending into the next, each power influencing and permeating the quality next to it. The luminous blue of sincerity, a quality implying no personal preference, thus blends into the deep green of humility, which in turn melts into the light green of gratitude. The term humility is derived from the Latin word humus, meaning earth. Humility means acceptance of tangible, earthly reality and of existence as a whole. It is not a feeling of inferiority or servility, and this has nothing to do with humiliation or debasement. The humble man does not believe himself inferior to others, says philosopher André Comte-Sponville. But he has ceased to believe himself superior. Humility is not ignorance of what one is, but rather knowledge or recognition of what one is not. To be humble is to love truth more than oneself. Humility is the opposite of arrogance, condescension, insolence, vanity. In short, the opposite of ego. It's the virtue of recognizing one's limits and neutralizing one's pride. It also means knowing how to listen and not claiming one's opinions as the only true ones, and wanting to impose our opinions on others. Mathieu Ricard, the Buddhist thinker, tells us, since they don't see themselves as the navel of the world, humble people open up more easily to others and are particularly aware of the interconnectedness between all beings. Humility is not about seeing oneself as inferior, but about being freed from self-importance. An interesting comparison comes from a certain Father Dorotheus of the Eastern Church, who lived in the 6th century, and who offers us a whole philosophy of humility. He compares souls to fruit trees. When these trees bear much fruit, the branches under the weight incline towards the earth. On the other hand, the branches that have no fruit rise upwards. There are even trees to whose branches stones are attached to force them to incline so that they could bear fruit. He said it's the same with souls. When the souls become humble, they become rich in fruit. And the richer they become, the greater their humility. And this humility, as in the rosette of Mother's symbol, then naturally opens up to gratitude to the Divine for all the gifts He provides for us. As Mother says, true humility is humility before the Divine. That is a precise, exact, living sense that one is nothing. One can do nothing, understand nothing without the Divine. That even if one is exceptionally intelligent and capable, this is nothing in comparison with the Divine consciousness, and this stance one must always keep, because then one always has the true attitude of receptivity, a humble receptivity that does not put personal pretensions in opposition to the Divine. In Auroville, as everywhere else in the world, harmony is sadly lacking. Everyone is stuck in their own ideas, thinking they alone hold the truth, completely shut out from the other. Each thinks he knows and claims it loud and clear, while the other knows nothing and finds himself ignored and disregarded. This is the very opposite of humility, one of the most important qualities in the rosette of the Universal Mother's 12 petals. In these conditions, where openness to others is absent, the result can only be a crumbling of the social fabric, threatened with complete disintegration. From then on, the group no longer exists, and each individual remains bent on himself in an attitude of retreating, leading inevitably to solitude and despair. There can be no redemption without the necessary submission of the ego, without this openness and total surrender of the whole being to the Divine, who alone can guide us and knows what is best for us. This, according to your humble servant, is the message left to us by the petal of humility. Thank you.